Yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy BabyJesus back at it again with another video. Fam, I've spent the last maybe 4 or 5 hours just looking at videos on YouTube. I can't sleep, I'm not tired. I'm actually extremely tired, but I don't feel well. Anyway, so, excuse me there. I'm kind of lost as far as like, I don't know how long these videos should be, but I'm thinking about making a series or just adding it to my food for thought series. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. And please, I'm gonna be doing a bit of talking, so it'll only be a few minutes. I'll try to keep it short. I guess this will be my next video for the food for thought. Go ahead and you can put me on times 2 speed or times 1.5. And I'll think about doing a Spanish video, but my Spanish is honestly trash. Anyway, there is so much misinformation like on the internet, and I posted maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago something that a comedian said, Ronnie Chang said it's crazy how all of human knowledge on the internet has actually made people more stupid. But put stupidity aside, which it still kind of is, but there's so much ignorance in this world. It's crazy. One thing is to be oblivious. One thing is to truly just not know. You were never taught that, and like you because of your life path, you haven't had to confront certain situations. You kind of just don't know a general thing. That's one thing. But another thing is to just like deny like what you just saw or what you just witnessed, right? So look, for the first video, I'm gonna talk about something like, look, if you want to just think that like I'm stupid, I'm just some stupid fat guy, like, all right, that's fine. But like, I made a video about it. Obviously, it was in Spanish, but like, what's logic or like what's the opposite of ignorance? It's like taking in all the information and then finding out for yourself if it's true. Now, my mom has a serious illness, right? And I also have a completely nothing to do with each other, the illnesses, but I've spent my entire life in hospitals. They've done so many blood tests on me. They've done so many biopsies, surgeries, X-rays. They've done so many things to me, and I've been around just medicine my entire life. I've talked to 2 or 3 nutritionists per year, maybe for the last in between the last like 5, 8 years, and this topic of food, it's changed so much from the year maybe 2005 up until 2015. Just in these short 10 years, there's been so much change in like what we should eat and what we shouldn't. Now, I'm going to just dive right into it. I saw a video right now of a doctor saying, "Oh, I haven't eaten a vegetable in the last 5 years and I feel great." Then I'm seeing another video, just shorts, YouTube shorts, and I'm seeing like people trying so hard to make beans and lettuce and spinach and onions and cilantro, pack it in and grind it up and pack it in to make it look like a burger patty because they don't want to hurt animals. Or because red meat is so bad. Fam, look, I'm gonna tell you something. The first hour from when you wake up, it's super important for a one out of two things to happen. Within the first hour of waking up, you need to introduce saturated fats, which is animal fats, or cholesterol. You need to introduce fats or cholesterol into your system. That's option one. Or two, you need to turn on your fuck. Sometimes the camera makes me nervous, but like in the back of my head, and then I forget the word that I want to use. Your metabolism. To turn on your metabolism. Within the first hour of waking up, you either need to go jog, you need to go walk or jog within the first hour of waking up, or eat some eggs and like a steak. Yes, don't fucking abandon fruits and vegetables. Like, that's not good. You need to have a balanced diet. But red meat, saturated fats, Your body there's actually like a theory, there's an argument that the whole ADHD and ADD started because of skim milk. Giving kids things that are low in fat, which is what their developing brain needs: butter, fats, saturated fats, cholesterols. There's a huge theory or conspiracy that that's what caused ADHD and ADD, because that shit didn't, in quote unquote, didn't exist back in the 60s or the 50s, right? Anyway, some of the years, some of this thing I may get off, but it's generally the right idea. I haven't talked about this stuff in a long time. So, to begin, the first hour of waking up is super important. So, if you're just drinking a coffee, if you're just smoking a cigarette, if you're not doing anything for breakfast, yeah, fasting for breakfast or having an inadequate breakfast or not being physically active for your breakfast is really bad. And I meant take into account I haven't set a time. I haven't said like, oh, when you wake up from 7 to 8. No, 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 no. With an hour of waking up, it doesn't matter if you wake up at 5 a.m. or if you wake up at 9 a.m. Within the first hour of waking up, then you can do one of each. You can either skip snack time, skip lunch, skip meals if you want to, or if by force, your job, your duties, or whatever you have to, or go snack on whatever you want, but you have to find a way to burn those calories, which calories are not fat. Calories isn't like what your tummy grows. Calories are energy. Calories are a measurement of energy, just like joules are for like a light bulb or electricity. Like how many joules is running through that contraption? How much electricity? How much energy? That's exactly what a calorie is. If you intake calories and carbs and like the other day, no, that's another story actually. Like people are scared of these words, carbs, carb loading, and all. Yo, if you work out, if you're a runner, or if you're like a teacher that's on their feet all day, carbs are okay. Eat spaghetti, eat pasta. What do you think soccer players do like the day before a game? They carb load. What do marathon runners do? They carb load. I used to date a girl that was a teacher. She was on her feet the entire day and she was this thin. When I took her to dinner, why didn't she gain any weight? Because she was physically active. So she could eat saturated fat. She could eat calories. She burned it all every day. That's all calories are. And carbs are just calories that burn slower. It's all glucose. It all turns into glucose in your system. Glucose is just sugar. Everything at the end gets either broken down to like fats or glucose. Okay, fats get stored and glucose is burned. You just got to decide, do you want slow burning glucose, which is carbs like pasta, which will give you a lot of energy if you're very active? Or do you just want instant glucose, which if you don't burn it, like sugars and starches, if you don't burn that immediately, it'll get stored as fat. That's all it is. It's actually like, and I'm breaking it down a lot and like simplifying it a lot, but that's pretty much all it is. Now, fam, red meat is not bad for you. It's not bad. I think like Andrew Tate's brother, like he went to like a restaurant and asked for like 3 ribeyes in like a video. Yeah, maybe don't eat that much red meat. Like that's a little bit too much. And just like I have something similar to gout, but it's not gout. It's pretty crazy. You can actually, I actually don't know how it forms. So there's something in red meats called uric acid. I think it's in red meats. The uric acid builds up in your joints to form crystals. If you eat too much red meat, too much, those crystals start hurting in your joints, right? I don't have those crystals, and I've gone, I've gone a ways without eating red meat, and my situation isn't getting better, so it's not gout. Anyway, like, but it's not terrible for you if you eat, like, for example, there's this kind of new movement now of eating 5 to 10 eggs every single day and eating red meat every single day, and people are finding that they're feeling better. Eggs are not bad for you. There's a bit of cholesterol, but again, if you just burn it all, if you're active, or if you go to the gym, an hour a day, and you know what? Let's keep cool down. Like you need cool down and time to recovery days. Let's say you go to the gym 3 days out of the week, and let's say you just go for 2 hours. So that's 6 hours a week. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. If you want to increase your egg intake and if you want to eat a little bit of red meat, just make sure you increase your vegetable intake. And it's like a random ass number for a lot of people. If you're like an adult, if you're from like 20 to 30 years old or over, you need to be drinking like 4 liters of water. Buy one of the Tupperware water bottles that are a liter or close to a liter. Drink 4 of those every day. Like people need to be drinking water. And right now that we're young, um, a a bunch of my neighbors and two of my roomies, because I've had roomies before here in Mexico, they hardly drank any water, but they were young. They were all from 25 to 30 years old. When they're 50, bro, they're gonna be so sick. They're probably gonna be really, really sick. Imagine like your body's like if we compare it to a car, you're driving on like fucking limited fuel and no oil for years. What do you think that does to a car over time? You're not gonna feel anything right now because you're young, or they just started feeling like rubbish. But anyways, all right. So like, and now I'm gonna get into like a philosophy of it. I'm gonna get into like the mental workings of it. If you're vegan or vegetarian because you don't want to hurt animals, I'm terribly sorry, but you're dumb. Because we're the apex predators. That's just how biology works. If natural, we're the apex predators. We're omnivores because of our teeth, because of what our digestive tract can eat, can turn into fuel. If what biology is and has reached to this point in evolution, if that makes you cry or lose sleep at night, you're the definition of weak. You're making our species weaker. Animals are going to have to die for us to eat because we're the apex predators. Google it. Google what an apex predator is. We're on the top of the food chain. Things are going to have to die. Whether the apex predators or whether the foods that we eat, if they're omnivores or herbivores, that doesn't fucking matter. Some black guy on a radio show said, chickens and pork, do they eat meat? Yeah, chickens are omnivores. They eat rats. So he was factually wrong, and then he like observed his observations were just heavily flawed with no scientific backing whatsoever. All right. Now, if you're vegan or vegetarian because of religion, that's your own shit. Figure that shit out. But a religion that actually deteriorates your health, maybe just find a new religion. But secondly, don't put that shit on other people, man. That's your religion. Not mine, not theirs, not your neighbors, not your girlfriend's. All right? Or, well, I don't know if your religion wants you to inbreed, but that's a whole nother that's a whole nother video. Well, guys, I wanted to keep this short. I'm not gonna go on and on, but like, if you guys got questions, please DM me. Like, a lot of you are gonna make fun of me. A lot of you probably won't even watch this, but like, I literally spent my entire life around doctors. I have an illness that like doctors don't know about, so I'm chubby, I'm fat. But if you twist everything on its head, I have an illness that no medical professional in Mexico or in the US can figure out. And I look banging, bro. I look fucking amazing with an illness that has caused my knees and my ankles to not work. My knees, listen to this. Listen, please. Turn on your listening ears and turn off your ignorant ears. I have an illness that no one has been able to fix that causes excruciating pain, and literally some days I can't walk in my knees and ankles. And in the last 4 years, I've dropped over 20 kilos, and I look fantastic for someone that I shouldn't look fantastic. I should look like I did 4 years ago. So if literally in this case, if I can do it, bro, you can fucking do it. But it doesn't work the other way around. Just because you're maybe 6 foot tall and you got like maybe 3 side chicks sucking your dick and you can eat this certain type of diet, bro, I can't fucking walk some morning. Some mornings I can't walk. So, take that into account. That's why the whole like Messi winning a World Cup doesn't work. Because first it was given to him. None of you guys taking the variables. The variables is what matters. Do you eat a lot? Just burn it off. Do you have trouble with appetite? You still need to eat. You still need to eat. Just eat less, but every single bite that you have, make sure it's nutritious. Play with the fucking variables. Like, it's not that hard, guys. And instead of watching, I just watched maybe 4 or 5 videos that are absolute garbage. Garbage that will lead you, honestly, to your death. They will lead you to die. Fucking hippies and people saying, oh, so we don't hurt animals. Bro, we're apex predators. We used to hunt and kill. Now we outsource the killing and the hunting so that we don't have to fucking physically see it. And you're still crying? You're still gonna cry? Damn, my face looks so much better than it did like 5 years ago. Anyway, guys, if you have doubts, any questions, ask me. Alright? If I don't know the answer, I swear to God, I'll guide you to the person who does know the answer. But I would never guide you into a direction that will hurt you. Well, all these people, all these blind, ignorant people, they don't care. They don't care if they guide you down a path that will lead to your death. Think about that. Think about that. All right, guys, that's going to be food for thought. That's just going to be, let's name this episode Food for Thought. All right, guys, take care. Peace out.